Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's games announced for the third week of October, so let's get started. Dusk Diver 2 is a direct sequel to Dusk Diver, a true hidden gem on the Nintendo Switch that released a few years back. You play as Yang Yumo and her classmate Liu Yusha as they accidentally started on a brand new adventure, set not to just figure out how to get back into their own daily life, but are now tasked with a bevy of challenges and responsibilities that they were not expecting. Several new combat and quality of life improvements are being made, as well as brand new upgraded visuals. A vast and mysterious world lies right before you, one that hides the truth from the existence and echoes the memories of past lives in Drizzle Path Deja Vu. You'll take the role of a nameless man climbing towards the mountaintop in search for answers. Witness events as you explore, each gradually adding to the larger and existential narrative. Ponder the enigmatic and cyclical nature of memories throughout the abstract storytelling and beautiful detailed environments. Life is Strange Remastered Collection includes Life is Strange Remastered and Life is Strange Before the Storm Remastered. It includes remastered characters, environmental visuals, new engine, new lighting upgrades, and new facial capture as well. Before the Storm also contains the deluxe content, being specifically brand new outfits and story parameters. A lot has been made about the delay, but now we know that it's set to launch on February 1st of next year. Immortal and the Death That Follows lets you develop a fighting style, form a gang, and fight your inner demon while still trying to escape an interdimensional prison from demigods. Each time you play, you can make a new moveset and brand new playstyle. So far, the developers have not confirmed a release date. Pinchcliffe Grand Prix is a spiritual successor to the DS and PC title of the same name. This new game is based on the Norwegian film that has now been recreated in Unreal Engine in full 3D. It introduces new stories, new characters, and of course all the original game modes that fans have been clamoring to see that appear all in the original game. Presented in a first-person perspective, Lucid Cycle casts you as a dreamer exploring a series of short yet vivid scenarios. Make sense of each one to transport yourself to the next scene. You may need to locate a hidden object, leap across a platform, or suspend it in space as you retrace your steps to find your way forward. Rediscover the legendary detective in an all-new crime story. Play as Hercule Poirot in his early years as a detective, where he still had everything to prove. Solve a complex murder case where everyone has something to hide to unveil what hides behind the deceiving appearances of the Van der Bosch family. This fast-paced party game requires each team member to choose between Mount or Rider, each with their own unique skill set. As the skillful riders jump, glide, and blast through opponents away, and the Mount's job is to hunt down the elusive chicken. Collaboration is key in order to survive with the frantic struggle of each challenging show. You'll have to move, jump, and shoot your way past each one of the zone's challenges with numerous obstacles. Bouncy Bullets 2 also offers a speedrun mode so you can try to beat your best time and set a new world record. Enjoy over 45 different levels in total with a varying set of levels of terrain and plenty of enemies to dispose of, as well as plenty of colorful environments. Be transported back to the lazy summer days and less stressful times alone with up to 4 players. Master the movements based on rolling and gliding as controls while you spread your chill vibes in more than 20 colorful levels over 5 sun-drenched environments. Bonito Days offers excellent summer vibes as the temperatures cool heading into the fall. Control the hook and floaty platforming style gameplay to catch monomoles and even the Mono Maker. Avoid hazards, defeat enemies, and solve plenty of puzzles. Use the Mono Maker itself to create hit jams as you layer drums, bass, and leading instruments. Listen to your very own self-created tracks while scoring some of the monomoles themselves when it releases on October 21st. In the near future, severe pollution has rendered Earth uninhabitable, and is now falling to discover a brand new solution. 890B is a top-down 3D adventure game that features a minimalistic yet thought-provoking and impactful storytelling style, one that's largely dictated by player actions. The task at hand is daunting, and there's multiple endings that can result from your success or even failures. In a world where soil contamination is a continuous threat from human society, it is said that there's a special seed left behind in the underground labyrinth by an alchemist. Gradually expanding the range of actions as you delve deeper into the dungeons, the map is procedurally generated as you progress, solving tricks and puzzles to obtain treasures, but be plenty of aware that there's monsters and bosses lurking at every corner. Brain Meltdown Into Despair is a double-action side-scroller that features unique and creative gameplay, in which a player controls two characters at the same time using both Joy-Con controllers, one in each hand. To finish the journey with success, the pair needs to be gathered and separated accordingly depending on the structure. Levers and even colored platforms and other various objects will definitely be testing your player's skill and patience when it releases on October 28th. The Tartarus Key is inspired by classic thrillers like Alone in the Dark, which has players taking on the role of Alex Young, a young woman who awakens to find herself locked inside a sprawling manor, seemingly under the constant observation of a network of cameras. Alex quickly learned that she's not the only one being held captive. The only god she actually has is the unknown voice at the other end of a portable radio. So don't expect any jump scares, just a creepy atmosphere where you never know what could actually happen. A detective story reminiscent of old school classics, Inspector Waffles provides plenty of peculiar mystery, a story full of intrigue, and a slew of characters to interact and interrogate, all wrapped into a beautiful simple pixel art aesthetic. Unpacking is a Zen puzzle game about the familiar experience of pulling possessions out of boxes and fitting them into a new home. Part item Tetris, part home decoration, you're also invited to create a satisfying living space while still learning the clues about whose life you're actually unpacking. Players choose one of several characters, each with different unique abilities, and use their shots, special Shimigami attacks, and bombs to destroy tons of enemies. The unique backgrounds of each one of the characters are intertwined, creating an interesting storyline throughout the shooter. Castle of Shikigami 2 is a shmup with several new ideas launching this December. In Space Flight Simulator, players can choose from tons of different parts, including fuel tanks, payload systems, and engineering employing completely new accurate rocket physics. They can then construct advanced spaceships capable of reaching the furthest depths of the Milky Way. Shiyuki lives alone, spending all her time studying for university and doing a part-time job, but she has two dreams in life: to become a scriptwriter, while also dreaming of her late mother, who has to find her father, who she never met. Love Pretend is a visual novel launching next year. Waifu Discover 2 is a vertical shoot-'em-up with an experience that's easy to play and addictive to master. Choose a hero and power up your ship to blast through malicious monsters, collecting gems, and destroying infected clothing. Frank and Drake is a new take on the characters of Frankenstein and Dracula. They intertwine with dual narratives, audiovisual adventures featuring the story of two housemates who never met, whose lives are now linked together through the notes that they leave each other around in their very own home. Blast off for out-of-this-world platforming antics in Crazy Gravity, a side-scrolling action game where gravity can be your worst enemy or your greatest ally. Take the role of a little astronaut lost in space, where your primary objective is to energize your rockets and return home. Murder House is a PS1-style survivor horror game that acts as the spiritual successor to Babysitter Bloodbath. The game begins with a new Screws breaking into an abandoned home of Anthony Smith, an executed serial cleaner. While the team intends to shoot the haunted house, the notorious Easter Ripper may not actually be dead after all. Play as the naughty seagull and meet more than 10 alluring ladies across dozens of puzzle stages, each with unique ball layouts and some light platforming for your fearless fowl to navigate. Grab the ball and throw it to the stacks above you, and if you match 3 or more of the connected balls will come tumbling down and reveal part of the image underneath. The game is set to launch on October 28th. Regency Solitaire offers over 180 different puzzles. Upgrade to collect, normal, and even hard modes on a soundtrack that's specially composed by classical music. There's also a number of different locations in the game originally released on PC that is now making its way onto consoles on October 19th. Henchman's Story is a superhero satire game with a comedic take on the world of superheroes that reveals into the ridiculous nature of its setting and showcase with a colorful cosmic book set of aesthetics, featuring colorful characters where you find friends, enemies, and even romance amongst a lively cast of villains, heroes, and henchmen themselves. Enter a puzzle experience that defies conventional design and Immortus Temporis. A game that's created for speedrunners and those who love to hone their skills through practice, trial and error, determination, and relentless replay. Stages have numerous ways to beat them. Crashing onto hazards will activate and deactivate the teleporters, where you can spawn right back in the original starting point. And that's what the game announcements will be covering this week. The Animal Crossing Direct was fantastic, and I just can't believe how many new features and new things they're adding into the game on top of just the paid DLC. Sadly, of course, all the conversation quickly soured, as people, as per usual, will find something to complain about, and this time it was the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack pricing. But with that said, I recently put out a video covering all the major releases we have for the fall, so I would definitely love to hear your guys' feedback on which one of those games you're most excited to see, since there's still some major games dropping before the end of the year. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya!